Welcome to the Blandon Art Museum. Thank you for joining me today. This is Look and Learn, a podcast about artwork currently on display at the Blandon. The goal of this podcast is to connect with the Blandon members and learn about different works of art currently on display. Each week sharing personal impressions and information on selected works of art and the artists who created them. Today I'll be talking about the ceramic work, His, Her, Diptych No. 3 by Betty Woodman. This work is part of the exhibit Creating Unity, a centennial celebration currently on display in the West Gallery at the Blandon Art Museum. Taking a quick look at this artwork, it is an excellent example of creativity produced by Betty Woodman. It is a playful work with bright and inviting colors. The artwork is a delightful ceramic piece that was created using a combination of throwing and slab techniques. Betty Woodman was born in Norwalk, Kentucky in 1930. She attended the School for American Craftsmen at Alfred's University in New York. After her studies, she taught in the Fine Arts Department at the University of Colorado. Woodman was a leading ceramist whose original forms and painterly use of color won her international renown. An artistic voice in post-war America who synthesized sculpture, painting, and ceramics in a highly original and immediately recognizable formal artistic vocabulary. Woodman began her career making simple functional pottery. She found inspiration in diverse sources ranging from Etruscan and Minoan art to Motolica ceramics, artistic works that would have a lasting impression on her creative style. Woodman became interested in crafts because of her father was a woodworker. After taking one ceramic course, she was hooked, and she knew she wanted to be a potter. While at Alfred's University, she gained a keen interest in ceramic history, which she used as inspiration throughout her work. In 1952, Woodman traveled to Italy, where exposure to traditionals such as Motolica ceramics opened her eye to the potential that clay works could have. Motolica is a type of pottery in which is an earthenware that is covered with an opaque white glaze, then painted with color stains or glazes, then fired, producing a highly colorful work of art. Always interested in pattern and texture, it was not until the 1970s that Woodman completely abandoned her functional ceramic approach and embraced a more sculptural way of working. This change came after collaborating with artists Joyce Kozloff and Cynthia Carlson, who were active with the pattern and decoration movement, which was an early feminist art movement that existed between the mid-1970s through the early 1980s. This movement was opposed to the minimalist and conceptual ideas during this same period of time. After this collaboration, Woodman infused her work with color and pattern, creating witty and non-functional vessels inspired by scenes from the Italian Renaissance. It is said that her work expressed a personal interpretation of art history that reflects her love and appreciation of the ceramic medium. Throughout her career, Woodman's scale was related to human and tabletop interactions. She would experiment with larger scale work that became more installation-based, but was still rooted in the smaller scale work for which she is known. She is considered an essential figure in the evolution of ceramic arts in America. When looking at the works by Betty Woodman, such as His and Her Diptych No. 3, something enchanting takes place. The viewer is drawn in by the richness of the color and the exaggerations of the form. These interactions, combined with the interactions of the positive-negative space, the work becomes a visual playground for the viewer to play in. Her work is highly playful as it engages with itself and interacts with the space and other works seen in its purview. Her work plays well with others, but it demands attention, and the viewer finds themselves being drawn closer and closer, exploring the forms and the colors and the shapes contained on the surface. The dialogue that is created between the title of the work, the forms themselves, and the different surface treatment all raise interesting questions about the work and makes it much more intriguing. Woodman's inventiveness can be experienced with this work. She treats the surface as canvas, not paying attention to the form or purposely opposing it, creating an object that is full of perceptual tricks, like a lively give and take between 2D and 3D experience. She controls its function and shape, adding flat wing-like pieces to extend the decorative surface and the overall understanding of the form. I personally enjoyed this work by Betty Woodman, and I think it speaks to the legacy of the museum having a work of art by an artist of such importance as part of the collection. The color, the energy, and the playfulness is a delight to see every day. This work is just one example of the many fantastic works that are part of the Blandon Art Collection. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening in. Bye for now. See you next time.